Did you overindulge over the past few months between Halloween, Thanksgiving, then Christmas and New Year's? If you're like me, you ate way too much and not enough healthy food. That's why at the beginning of the year, a lot of us are looking to make healthier swaps. Maybe we're not going on a full-on diet, but we're trying to make smarter decisions here and there as we can. Today, I'm showing 3 recipes using ingredients that I'm swapping out for other ingredients that maybe aren't as great for you. So we're making healthier swaps, healthier choices today as we cook. And be sure to stay for the 3rd recipe. Y'all always ask if there's anything that I make that's a flop, that did not go over well. Well, this particular 3rd recipe definitely has potential for that. So you'll have to wait and see if it's actually something that we like, or if it's the first time I'm sharing with you a recipe that we didn't like. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. I would like to thank Thrive Market for continuing to support this channel and sponsor a portion of today's video. Today, for our healthier swap, we're having sausage, but we're having a better for you sausage. Something that we keep in the fridge pretty much all the time is chicken sausage. I get this one. This particular one is from Aldi. I've gotten it from different stores. I really love the ones that Aldi has, but this is going to go into our dinner as our meat. And then the whole thing is healthy because we're doing like a sheet pan dinner with all kinds of veggies. Just use whatever veggies you have and then chop up the chicken sausage and you've got dinner.
What you peeling up over there?
A sweet tater. It's better than a regular tater.
Is
Better
it?
for you. Yes.
Better for you?
Better for
Well, let
you.
me ask you this. Could you use regular potatoes?
Sure, but this one's better for you.
Sometimes people just like a good common tater, all right?
Why? Golly.
Be careful.
You know, somebody told me in the comments that if you pop the sweet tater in the microwave for like 2 minutes, it's easier to cut.
Man, we should have tried that.
I should have. I didn't think about it until I was pretty much done with the first cut, but yeah.
Yeah, them things are pretty stout.
They are. While he takes over, we're gonna preheat the oven to 425. So I was gonna do broccoli, but our broccoli didn't look so great, but we had some Brussels on hand, so I am gonna chop up these Brussels. Just to make room on my cutting board, I'm gonna go ahead and put our sweet taters and our Brussels in here. I didn't do that entire thing of Brussels sprouts. Let's do some peppers. Do a red and a yellow. You hear that rooster outside?
I hear it.
I wonder if they can hear it.
I don't know.
He is so loud.
That's my good rooster right there.
He is.
Actually, he's not mine. He's our neighbor's, but
Yeah, you would think he's ours,
I like him.
much as he's over here.
He's always hollering.
He is about something.
Yeah, I didn't know they made onions the size of Jupiter. The onion's about as big as your head.
I know.
Golly.
We for sure are not going to use the whole thing. Okay, we're not even using half of it because we don't need to. My goodness. I like to do ours kind of just in large chunks and just break it up after you cut it. Chicken sausage.
Some of my favorite sausage.
I'm telling you what, it's so good. It's so flavorful. We're going to throw some lemon juice in there in the mix. So I'm just going to chop this lemon in half. Now, for the fun part, we're going to throw some olive oil in there and coat everything really good. It's already so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to throw some oregano in there. Can't go without garlic powder, and we're almost out.
Ooh.
Can't have that. A little bit of this smoked paprika. And then you need salt and pepper. We've got this smoked flaky sea salt. I'm going to use that. Let's coat everything in all the seasonings.
All right, well, there's one more ingredient that I snuck down here that I want you to use. Well, you got to use the lemon juice as well.
Yeah. But you got something else.
I got something else I want you to put in there.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay.
Let me, oh, goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Bam.
He had that on the floor.
I mean, it's in that bottle there. It ain't hurt.
It's fine.
I had to sneak it.
I'll throw some in there.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
good?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Oh, oven's
Yeah,
ready.
why
Good timing.
not?
All right, let's squeeze some lemon juice over top.
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
So what we're going to do is you can line your sheet pan with some either parchment paper or aluminum foil. We're just going to throw it on here because ours is very non-stick, which is great.
Smell that. Tell me how it smells.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I can smell the smokiness on it too from the smoked paprika and that sea salt. Yeah, it smells really good. Look at that.
That looks beautiful.
So this is going to go in the 425 degree oven
for 30 minutes total, but at about minute 15, we're going to come in and kind of stir it around and just toss it a little bit for the last 15 minutes. So that fit perfectly on there. Look at that. All right, we did everything, right?
I think we got everything on there.
We did everything. Let's go over here.
I would like to thank Thrive Market for continuing to support this channel and sponsor a portion of today's video. We have been Thrive Market members for, I think, about 4 years now. I really don't remember life before Thrive Market. We really just started looking at labels and figuring out ingredients that are really, really unhealthy for us and trying to avoid those things. And that's why I love Thrive Market, because when I shop on there, I have peace of mind knowing that I am finding the best of the best. I know it's January now. A lot of people are trying to make healthy swaps for the new year, and obviously we are trying to do that as well. So use Thrive Market as a way to do that. So if you aren't familiar, Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. And with over 1,000 ingredients banned from their site, you know that when you shop on Thrive Market, you are getting the greatest organic, non-toxic products for your home. We have certain items like their black beans and pinto beans. I love them. They're organic, they taste great, and they come in these really easy to store packages. We have products like that I always order, and then there's new things that we've just ordered. This riced cauliflower, I thought I would give that a try. It's a great alternative to rice. So when I shop on Thrive Market, I can easily shop some of our favorites by going to the Buy It Again section, or I can look up new products and I can read the ratings from other members who have reviewed it. That makes it really easy. Something we don't use very often. You know, I don't know that I've ever used lentils in anything, but I know that they're great for you. So I ordered some lentils this time. I'm gonna be using it in a soup here soon. They're organic roasted chicken breast. These are so good. These are great for easy lunches, making like a chicken salad. I love using their app to shop, because then as we run out of things, I can just add it to my cart online. And once my cart reaches $49, I know that that order is gonna ship for free. After making all the deviled eggs over the last couple of months, we ran out of paprika, so I ordered some more of that. So we get a lot of pantry staples, but we also get a lot of snack foods. One snack food that Stephen and Cole absolutely adore are the Thrive Market beef sticks. So if you'll go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking, when you join Thrive Market as a member today, you're gonna save an additional 30% on your order by using that link. Plus you're gonna get a free gift worth up to $60. That's a really great deal to stock up your pantry, to get healthier snacks going into the new year. We have really enjoyed using Thrive Market over the years, and I really think that you will too, so go check them out.
I mean, the kitchen's pretty much cleaned up.
I mean, we just had to clean it. It took us, what time is it? It took us 2.5 minutes. Actually about 2 minutes to clean up from this meal. That's a good time right there.
That is a time saver.
Yes, it is. If y'all could just smell this house right now, oh my word. Also, my glasses just fogged up. Look, I can't see.
It's froggy.
But
it smells amazing in here.
Yeah, it really does. So I'm just going through and stirring this up. You see how non-stick this pan is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got 15 more minutes.
Look at all those seasonings on there too. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be delish. Just trying to get it all back out in an even layer here. All right, back in the oven for another 15. Also, we did move that bottom rack up more towards the middle.
Yeah.
Just because I had to move it down at Christmas time to fit everything in there. So we moved it back towards the middle.
Super excited about this meal.
It smells so good.
It does smell delicious. Can't wait. Oh, well, a little caramelization there. Yeah.
Break out them big words.
Very sophisticated flavors, I can tell.
Sophisticated word, caramelization.
Yeah, that's a big old bite right there.
I expect nothing less from you.
All right, here we go. Wow. Man, those flavors are really, 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 really good. Nice and savory, and got the little pop of the lemon to sort of lighten things up and brighten it up a bit. The oregano in there too gives that sort of earthy sort of flavors in there. That is delicious.
Well, I'm so glad.
Very, very good. I love the little bit of caramelization there.
Yeah.
That is a nice touch.
Good.
Very good flavor. And the sweet potato in this.
We've been loving us some sweet potatoes
I'm telling you what, I love it.
If y'all missed, we have a video that we did recently with recipes using sweet potatoes, so I'll be sure to link that below. You need to go check that out. But all right, I'm gonna dig in. You just, I'm gonna eat.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Full disclosure, it needed a touch more salt, so we brought salt to the table. I did not quite put enough in there, so that's the great thing about not putting enough. You can always add more.
That's
now, if
right.
you put too much, it's a bad day. But this is delicious.
Yeah,
I love all of these together. I love the Brussels with it, the sweet potatoes, all of it together is delicious. So easy. Easy cleanup. I mean, easy prep. You just chop it all up and throw it in there. It's great.
And you needed a little bit of an easy day today, didn't you?
It is chilly or downright cold because it's winter. And that means we want chili for chili season. But tonight we're going to make a kind of swap, a healthier swap. You can either use turkey or chicken. It's just a leaner meat. We're going to go with ground chicken tonight, but we are making a healthy chicken chili. So I've got this red bell pepper here. We're going to chop this up as well as an onion. And I've already minced some garlic. I didn't put a paper towel down. It hurts. Just trying to go quick. So all of this is going to go over here to the Dutch oven. I've already preheated it to about medium-high heat. I'm crying, if you can't tell. That onion is stout. We're going to put some olive oil in the bottom of this Dutch oven. Several of you have asked about this Dutch oven. This is Caraway. This is their new enameled cast iron, so we really love it. It's great. But in here, we're just gonna throw all of our veggies. Woo, it's nice and hot. We're gonna let these saute for about 5 minutes or so. Put our garlic in too. I've got 3 cloves of garlic that I minced. And just a reminder, we're using ground chicken from ButcherBox tonight. However, if you wanna use beef or whatever you want, that's fine. Or turkey, pork, whatever. It's gonna all taste great in this chili. Another thing, when we add in the liquid, it calls for chicken broth. We're using part chicken broth and part bone broth. Bone broth is really great, adds a lot of extra protein and flavor in there. We just had a little bit of each of these left, so I just combined them and that's what we're gonna use. So you need 1 pound of meat, whatever meat you're gonna use. So we're just gonna cook this until the chicken is no longer pink, until it's cooked through, and then we'll start adding the rest of our ingredients. I'm gonna go ahead and drain and rinse our pinto beans. The recipe calls for kidney beans. We're not the biggest fan of kidney beans, so we're swapping out for pinto. When you're struggling using this, you break out this. This gets it all broken up, and this is good and done, which means it's time to season it and add everything else. What makes chili chili is the chili powder. You're gonna need about 3.5 to 4 tablespoons of chili powder. And then we've got some oregano, some cayenne pepper, some cumin, and some salt all going in. As always, the recipe is below, so you'll have exact measurements. And then let's stir that around and incorporate all of that. We're using a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. We need 1¼ cups of chicken broth. We're doing the bone broth and the chicken broth like I mentioned earlier. Then we're gonna add in 2 cans of whatever beans you want, but just drain and rinse them. And I'm throwing in some frozen corn. I think the recipe called for canned corn, but I'm just going with this just because it's easier. I'm just gonna use the rest of this bag. So like 1 can of corn that you've drained. Stir all of that. I'm gonna let it kind of come up to a simmer, to a bubble. Then we'll turn the heat down and we're just gonna let this simmer for a good 30 minutes. It has cayenne pepper in it. He's just staring at me. Tell me when.
I don't know.
Till
it feels right.
Okay, that feels about right.
Okay.
I don't want to go too heavy on it.
All right.
All right. That looks like the consistency I was hoping for.
That looks delicious, babe.
All right. This is a very easy meal. I love this. And it's very healthy.
Well, I just appreciate you cooking it.
Well, thanks, babe. I appreciate you filming. So this started bubbling. We turned it down to about low. And so now it's at a little slow simmer. And I'm going to set the timer. So we're using sour cream, but a great healthier option would be plain Greek yogurt, but we already had sour cream on hand, so we're just gonna use what we've got. taste test in here in the kitchen because, full disclosure, my dining room looks like Christmas blew up in it because I took down all the decorations today and I haven't put them in boxes yet. So
I got my bowl cozy here. I love these things.
a subscriber made this for us.
We use these all the time, and I really do appreciate it.
I gave these as gifts for Christmas this year because they are so useful. They're not only useful, they can go in the microwave, but they're not only useful for hot things. If you have a bowl of ice cream and your hand is freezing, bowl cozy. It's the best thing ever. All right.
Darling, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
this. This looks really good.
It does
I'm
look
excited.
good. Okay, get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I got a little bit of everything on here now.
Ooh, tink tink.
Wow. Man, that is really good.
I took a bite of it just to make sure that the salt was good when it was on the stove, so I already knew that it was delicious.
Wow.
Can you even tell that's ground chicken?
That's no, that is amazing. Oh, wow. Lots of flavor in that chili, and that sauce is like really saucy. I love the consistency of it.
So
that crushed
good.
Tomato sauce. Oh, man. It's like a really thick sauce, and it's just loaded with all of those flavors. The oregano, the chili. Now I'm getting some of that sour cream.
I got the cilantro coming through. Y'all, you would never know that this is a healthier for you chili.
Oh, wow.
This tastes like regular chili.
Yeah, and I love the way the meat, you mash it up really fine. It gives it a really nice, smooth consistency.
Highly recommend the avocado on top. Love that smooth avocado.
And the crunchy bread.
We had some French bread left over from when I was filming something else, so we just made garlic toast out of that.
Dip you some bread down in there. Oh, man. I'll give you the side eye on the chicken now.
He was not thrilled about me using ground chicken.
I was wrong. This is tremendous. I mean, the flavors are outrageous. I'm super proud. You did good.
Okay, y'all. Healthier swap, ground turkey or ground chicken. In this chili, you couldn't even tell it. It's so good.
Look here, we're gonna try a healthy swap that a lot of you, including myself, are probably not gonna be super thrilled about. But you know what? You don't know till you throw. It's a fishing thing. Steven says that all the time. You don't know until you try it. So we're going to make a healthy swap for mac and cheese. It's gonna be okay. I'm being the guinea pig first, so I can let y'all know genuinely what we think. I'm a little nervous. We're gonna do it. We're making cauliflower mac and cheese. Cauliflower and cheese. The cauliflower is the mac. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. First of all, thank you Dave and Tom for my new tea towel. Wicked chickens lay deviled eggs. I love it. Okay, let's preheat the oven to 375. We are not gonna make the entire recipe because it makes a lot. It makes a whole 9 by 13 pan. So I'm not gonna quite cut it in half, but close. So I think the author of the recipe uses 1.5 heads of cauliflower. I'm just gonna use 1 head. I hate cutting into cauliflower. Can I just tell you? And you're probably like, well, Mandy, there's a reason because you can't do it right. And you're probably right. That's okay. This is quite comical. You're welcome. That's better, Mandy. Is that what y'all wanted me to do? Probably not. I'm still not doing it right, and I'm making messes. I'm gonna say that's close enough. It says chop it into like 1-inch pieces. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna throw them over here into this bowl. You need a microwave safe bowl. And then I'm gonna rinse them off real good and go from there. We are going to microwave these for a few minutes to soften them up, I guess, to kind of steam them beforehand. But let me finish cutting all these up and I'll be right back. That took longer than I expected it to take, but we have about 1-inch pieces here. I'm gonna rinse this really good, and then we're gonna put this in the microwave with just a little bit of water in it for about 8 minutes. Obviously, just make sure your bowl is microwave safe. Mine will be. It'll be very hot though, so we're gonna be careful. But 8 minutes, it's got some water in there with it. Let's let it do its thing. Now I've got my larger pot here. I'm gonna heat it to about medium heat. And we're gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of butter and let that melt. While the butter is melting and our cauliflower is in the microwave, I'm gonna shred our cheese. You want to shred your cheese, don't buy the bagged cheese. The recipe calls for 2 cups of cheese, but that's when you're using 6 to 8 cups of the cauliflower.
So I'm gonna do about 1.5 cups of cheese, I think. I think that's good. Our butter has melted. We're gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of flour. We're gonna whisk that in. I think the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons. I'm gonna do about 2. And we're just gonna whisk this and let this cook down so we don't have that flour taste. Let it cook for just a couple of minutes. It has been a couple of minutes. We are gonna whisk in, I'm doing about 1.5 cups of whole milk. If you're doing the full recipe, you'll do 2 cups. But I'm gonna get started on that. I need both hands, so I'll be right back. It's gonna take just a couple of minutes, but we're gonna let this kind of thicken up a bit with that flour and heat through, and then we will move on. Our cauliflower is done, so let's take that out. Let me get an oven mitt. I drained it out really well, and I'm just gonna leave it sitting here while we continue. Oh, it's starting to thicken up now. We continue to wait on this. This is good to go. It's nice and thick and creamy. So I've just turned off the heat, and we are gonna move it off of the heat. And to this, we're gonna add some seasonings. We need a good bit of salt. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I can always add more if I need to, but black pepper is going in as well. And then I'm also gonna season it with a little bit of garlic powder, and let's stir that around before we add our cheese. All right, while it's still good and hot, let's add in our cheese. And I'm just gonna stir that around so that it gets good and melted. That's one of the reasons why you don't want to use the pre-shredded cheese. It has like a coating on it, if you aren't aware, and it doesn't melt as well. And when you're making homemade mac and cheese or homemade cauliflower and cheese, you want it to melt really, really well. So using pre-shredded is just not the way to go. Look how fast that melted. Okay, we're about to add in our cauliflower now that that has all melted. Okay, cauliflower is going in. We're gonna just stir it. Make sure it gets coated really well. I just coated my baking dish with some olive oil spray. You're supposed to use a 9x13. This is not quite a 9x13, but I'm not doing the full recipe, so I think it'll work just fine. I'm gonna transfer this in here. I have to say, it does look like mac and cheese. Very pretty. So this is going in a 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes. At the end, you can turn it over to broil, so you can brown the top if you want to. I don't know if I will or not, but we shall see. I promise I can read. It's not 30 minutes, it's 25 minutes. Take 2. Okay, we're down to about 20 seconds. So I wanted to look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let me zoom y'all in. Hold on. Can you see how pretty that is? But we're gonna move it to the top rack and broil it for just a second. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to broil, and it's now on the top rack. I don't know if you can see that. You can see my legs. But we'll give it just a couple of minutes. It got nice and brown on top in spots. I didn't want it to get too brown, but let's give this a try.
Man, it does look like mac and cheese.
Don't it?
That looks good.
Okay, we're gonna try it. It's a little hot, but that looks like mac and cheese. It smells good.
Boy, that's got some.
I'm gonna taste it for the salt here in just a second, but we gotta let it cool off.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back, and then I'll see if I need to add a little more salt.
Okay.
It don't need any more salt. I've already tasted it, so.
Looks like mac and cheese. Smells a little bit like it.
It's hot, be careful.
Look at that, man. That's piping hot.
Yeah.
You all right?
No. Are you all right?
No. Here we go.
This is hot to trot.
Hot to trot. You ready to eat this? All right.
I am.
Tink. Man. That is comforting to the soul right there. Man, creamy, cheesy goodness. Lots of flavor in that cheese.
I had my doubts. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I told y'all in the beginning, we're gonna see how this goes.
Oh,
I was a doubter. But this is delicious.
Man, yeah, that is really good. That is fantastic. Great, great flavor. Cheese, there's a lot of flavor in this cheese. Like, you put something in there.
Garlic powder and salt and pepper.
Man, garlicky, cheesy, great texture on the cauliflower.
I mean,
it's not mushy. It's got a little substance.
If you're trying to stay away from pasta, but you want some mac and cheese, you want that flavor, this is good. I'm very shocked at how much I like this.
Man.
And would not be mad if I wanted mac and cheese and I was given this instead. It wouldn't disappoint me because you're still getting the great flavor.
Man, yeah, sprinkle some bacon on top of here.
That'd be good.
Man, it would be.
It worked out well. It made a believer out of me. Don't forget to go check out Thrive Market. Just go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. And when you join today as a member, you will get 30% off of your first order plus a free gift worth up to $60. And I highly recommend doing that today because the New Year sale is still going on. So you're going to get additional savings on top of that. Thank y'all for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.